All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Raven Endeavour. Now, if you guys are not familiar with Raven watches, they are a micro brand, been around since 2008. Started out making some really top quality Submariner, vintage Submariner homage watches, and over the years have evolved into developing their own watches. This is definitely one of their own unique designs of watches. A friend of mine locally had the Raven Venture recently. Within the last couple of years, I was able to take a look at that watch. I never showed it here on the channel, but when he and I met a couple times to do some watch swaps and whatnot, he had that watch and I was able to play with it and take a look at it. Very nice and well done, high quality watches. The whole idea behind the watches that this company makes is that they're watches that you can pick up and use for pretty much any kind of adventure, anything you're doing out there. Built to be tough and really built to get the job done. Over on their website, they really like to get pictures of people using these watches in extreme or, really fun situations. So let's go ahead and jump right into this watch. Now this, like I said, is the Raven Endeavour. It's available in a number of different colorways. This is kind of the polar white version. I mean, it's a really nice, bright white watch there. Very legible on the dial. Applied indices on this watch all the way around. As a matter of fact, we'll get it up here a little bit closer so you guys can see the dial itself. Very nice polar white. Like I said, the applied indices with the polish around there, as you can see. The applied Raven logo up there just below the 12 o'clock is also done very well. The name painted on just below that. You've got down there at the bottom, you've got the Endeavour self-winding rotor, a little bit reminiscent of the Tudors, and the 1640 feet or 500 meters. This watch is running Sellita SW200, which, as you guys can see, has the date function down there at the 6 o'clock position. So being that it's the Sellita SW200, you do have a high beat Swiss-made movement running at 28,800 vibrations per hour. I do believe that these are a 25 joule movement, very similar to the ETA 2824, just kind of a newer updated model. These really got popular in the last number of years when there was the ETA movement crisis back in the early 2012s and whatnot. So 120 click unidirectional bezel on this watch. Locks in very good. There is no back play whatsoever on this watch. This is a lumed ceramic bezel insert here, so all of your indices on the bezel insert itself are lumed, and like I said, it is ceramic, so that's really nicely done. I'm not sure how much lume they have on here, but it's all Swiss Superluminova, and it does glow blue, so that's going to be your BGW9 variant, and it does appear to be applied very heavily. Stick around to the end for the lume shot, as I always do here. Now, getting into the specs of this watch, this is a big watch. From the bezel, from side to side, it comes in at 45 millimeters from side to side, just slightly under that at the edge of the case. As you can see that the bezel actually sticks out quite a bit farther. So you're probably looking at a 44.5 to 44 millimeter case. You can see the chamfered sapphire crystal on this watch. It does have AR coating underneath, keeping that glare away. Looking at the case from the side, they have a really neat case design on these. I've seen this case style before. I really like the way the case is rounded, tapering down to the bottom of the case where it sits slightly smaller on the wrist. Lug tip to lug tip on this watch, you come in right at 50 millimeters from lug to lug, and you've got 14.5 millimeters of thickness. That's going to be relevant because this is a 500 meter diving watch, so it needs to be that thick to get the job done. Pierced lugs, as you can see from the side here, and a signed crown. 22 millimeter lug openings on this watch. Taking a quick look at the bracelet, it's a very nice screw link bracelet, almost like a Jubilee style, kind of a combination between a Jubilee and an Engineer style. Nice clasp on this, engraved with the Raven logo there. And I'll open it up to show you guys the nice bars there inside. Looking at the back of the watch, you've got the Raven logo there. Pretty Spartan, really, to be honest with you. And I've got the sticker on there still. Let's peel that off so we can take a better look at the case back. Pretty Spartan, but you don't really need to have a whole lot on here. It lets you know basically that it's the Raven watch, and there is a number down there, so I don't know if these are a numbered edition. Saw the lugs, of course, on this watch. So it's a great looking watch. Like I said, 500 meter diver, so it's really going to get the job done. Number of different colorways. I think they have an all black one. They have a brown one that I think is a really good looking watch. Now, getting into the price, and that might stagger you a bit, these watches come in at $675, so they're not inexpensive, and I do think that's a severely competitive range right there when you're at that $700 price point. I mean, there's a lot of watches out there that are going to contend with the Raven. But I can tell you that the quality is there, and it is a very well-built, well-done watch. So let me go ahead and pause it and get this watch on my 7-inch wrist, and then we'll go out that traditional lume shot here on the OFD channel. All right, guys, so there is the watch on my 7-inch wrist. I was able to move some of the micro adjusters, and it actually is fitting on my wrist pretty well. Now, it is a big watch. I've been wearing the 41 millimeter Black Bay you can see down there, so this feels quite big, but the way the case actually tapers down onto the wrist and sits like that on the wrist, it actually feels a little bit smaller than it looks. Definitely feels like a watch that's going to get the job done. It definitely feels adventurous, fun. It's an absolutely beautiful watch, very well put together, and some of the other colorways over there really catch my eye. One of the things I didn't mention I want to show you guys really quick is the packaging these watches comes in. Very nice zipper style case. Now, of course, I got some padding in there. And up here in the top, it keeps your warranty information. And down below, of course, you have the room to carry 2 watches, which is a very nice, bonus when you pick up the watch. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and kill the lights, and let's go up with the traditional lume shot here on the OFD channel. Now there you go. I haven't even hit the watch with light, and you can already see it's glowing. So that's a good indicator right there as far as how much lume is on the watch. Now I'll just hit it for a second here because I don't think it really needs a whole lot. Definitely some amazing lume here on the Raven Endeavour. Great looking watch from Raven Watches. Always excited to show new and different watches here on the channel. Now, this watch has been on tour, so it's been to Watches Galore. I'll leave a link to the channel down below there. It's also been to Bob at TimeToGoTravel and Timepieces. Going over to Chris Marshall next to take a look at the watch, and I'll leave links to all those channels down below in the description. So, all right, guys, the Raven Endeavour. I'll leave a link where you can find these watches over at the website. It's a beautiful watch, very well done watch, and you're going to get your money's worth, even though this is at an extremely competitive price point of $675, but very, very well done watch. So, all right, guys, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. All right, thanks, guys.